I'd like to introduce Denny from England, who takes LDN for multiple sclerosis. Thank you for joining me, Denny.
That's okay.
Could you tell me when you were diagnosed with MS?
I had a car crash in '98, and I think, they passed me like a hot potato through every department before I got to neurology. And then they noticed the scars on my brain. So that took a couple of years. And they said it could be MS, but you have to wait for another attack before we can document it as such.
Mm.
So they put me down as having MS a lot later than my first symptoms. I mean, I used to get a numb patch on my hip at 16 walking to school.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't count any of that.
Right. So, apart from the numbness on the hip, between then and the car crash, did you notice any other symptoms that came and went?
Just fatigue.
Right.
Just it was getting progressively worse, but very slowly.
Mm-hmm.
To the point where before I started taking LDN, I would drop my little boy off at school, come straight home, have a cup of tea, go to bed and sleep until my alarm went to pick him up.
Right.
And that was so frustrating. I have heard people say fatigue is the worst symptom.
Mm-hmm.
And it is. It strips your life away from you because all you want to do is lie down.
Yes.
But the LDN has sorted that.
Okay. First of all, how did you hear about LDN?
Oh, Facebook.
Okay.
I'm on a few MS groups and somebody was talking about it and I thought, what the hell's this? Never heard of it before. And I was convinced that it was good. I spoke to my MS nurse and she said, we did trials on it a few years ago, but it's hit and miss. It's typical MS. Some people gain something, others nothing. So they dropped it and they won't prescribe it. So I have to get it from Scotland.
Okay. And when you first started, did you notice any introductory side effects?
Well, I was a bit stupid. I went gung-ho into it. This might sort me out, give me the maximum dose. And because with the MS I've developed a severe tremor, I have trouble using my hands. And I drop things, I smash them, and I can throw a glass of liquid in the air. It's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
So I said to them, when they said, take the liquid, I said, I can't, I shake. So they put me on 3 milligrams, and that I was taking it at night, and it just made me sleep constantly, which I was doing anyway, but it was that bit worse.
Mm-hmm.
So I rang them up, they sent me the liquid, and I decided to do as they suggested and start building up with the liquid. But I can't get over 2.
Right. You see, some people find 2 is the right dose for them anyway. Don't be discouraged that you can't get higher than 2. How long have you been taking it now?
It started in March, I think. Only 2 months.
Yes.
So well, it is early days, and I imagine I'm very much like everybody else. You're so desperate to get back to what you were.
Mm-hmm.
You want to take this promising drug in the full dose immediately, or yesterday even, but you can't. Your body just won't.
So how's it made you feel since you've been taking the LDN?
It's kept me awake. I'm actually able now to drop him off, come home and work on my novel.
Well, that's good, isn't it?
Yes. Well, the book might not be very good, but at least I'm doing something.
Mm-hmm. So you're able to concentrate, obviously, to be able to write a book.
Yes, and stay awake.
Mm-hmm.
I don't drift off with the laptop on my knee whilst I'm typing, and then wake up, even though you're asleep, and think, oh God, the computer's gone to sleep, and none of that. I am on the ball. I can even do housework now. And you would not believe the state of my garden. I'm the only one that has ever done the garden.
Mm-hmm.
And the MS, obviously, I didn't really realise it at the time, but it was progressing, it was getting worse. I didn't have the energy or the coordination to get in the garden and do anything. So I had like 7-foot nettles in the garden, and it was a nightmare, and there's loads of rubbish. Now I've been able to clear the rubbish down to the bottom of the garden, waiting for a skip, and I will load it. I know they sound pathetic. Everybody can do that, but no, they can't.
Exactly.
And I couldn't.
Mm.
But now I can.
It's a big thing, and it's a sense of achievement, isn't it, when you set yourself a task to be able to actually complete it.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Well, let's see what you're like in another year's time, and hopefully you'll be more like your old self.
I know I'd love for it to attack the shakes. Can it do that?
Yes.
Oh. So stick with it.
Stick with it, exactly.
Yeah. So what's the likelihood of them actually doing any tests in a laboratory?
Well, there are actually clinical tests, trials in the making. And by 2018, if all goes well with what TNI Biotech are doing, it should have FDA approval. So fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing your story with us, Denny.
You're welcome. Nice to speak to you.